Everyone, and welcome to another edition of Office Hours Live, the weekly live stream show directly into the Facebook group. So if you are here and you are in our Facebook group right now, then you are seeing this clearly. You found us. Well done. Congratulations. You're in the right place. This is currently our hub for communication via social channels. However, that's going to be changing this year. As we launch the community feature, we're looking at expanding and using our own tools to communicate with you, the Zenler users, and people within Zenler. So look out for an update on us launching our very own Zenler community that you can get involved in. So we're going to gradually move away from the Facebook group into our own community. So look out for that. We'll keep you well updated, and you'll know exactly what's going on when that comes up for you. So, but every week we do stream directly here into Facebook where you are right now, presently right now. And we do this because every week we welcome in new people that have found Zenler and how useful it is for their business moving forward, and they've committed at whatever level it is to get involved. So that's why people come into this group, and it's really nice for us to introduce ourselves to them as the education team. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's more than me. David's coming on in one sec, so he'll be here today as well. And you get to know us. We run all the workshops and the lives and help out and all of this type of stuff. And hopefully we get to meet you too, because at Zenler, we're really committed to not just talking about let's get a community together and engage and do all of this. We actually really truly want to do it, which means we get involved with you. We get you involved with what we do as well. And those of you that have been around for a while know exactly what I mean by that. You look on our social channels, you'll see some of our members. You look in our workshops, which you do co-hosted workshops with some of our members, and everybody gets an opportunity to get involved in every single workshop at some level. So we're really truly committed to that part of what we do for Zenler. So that's why we run office hours. It also helps you learn a little bit more about the platform, understand where it's going, some of the bits that you might not be familiar with, and where you can get some help as well. So I think David's here, so he's just going to pop up and say hi, and then I'm going to crack on with the first part of office hours. Hey David, you all right?
Hi Kevin, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you perfectly well. I'm just going to do a little quick tour around something, and then we're going to come back to you for David's going to do a special slot on communities this week that I've asked him to do. So we'll come back to David in just a few short minutes. Okay, so what I want to do firstly is I'm just going to share my screen. Now, this is something I haven't done for a while. Often I show people around the tutorial site, or we look at the support channel that we've got and how do you get help and all of this stuff. But we've also got social channels that we're quite active on. And certainly for January, maybe heading into February, we're having a real big push on our social channels. So I want you to take note of this. We'll put the links in below this video as well, and it's also, if you go onto the tutorial site under socials, you can find the links to some of our channels there as well, but I'm really only going to focus on two today. So the first one is our YouTube channel. Now we've stripped this back quite a bit, getting ready for a fresh new look, new content, really up to date and engaging stuff for you. Now the one thing that we will never get rid of is the new feature release videos that we do here. It's the only place we tend to keep them in any form of easily searchable order for you. So if you've been with Zenler a while, we've released some new stuff, you're not quite sure where to find it, the best place for you to come is to the YouTube channel. You can find it in the featured area in Facebook. It's there amongst other stuff. But in YouTube, we keep it separated out with its own playlist. So they're in date order, so you can see exactly what's been released, how it works. We do a complete walkthrough for you. But of course, it would be really handy for you if you were to like and subscribe to the channel. So youtube.com/c/Zenler, or at Zenler, you can get hold of the YouTube channel. The first one we tend to put up quite a focused video, like most YouTube channels have. That was our Christmas special for office hours, which was a really good one. So if you didn't see that, it's still worthwhile you going and watching that. You can skip through bits if you there's bits you find more interesting than others. But the next one down is the new feature releases, and this is by date of release. So we've done communities recently. That was the big update that we did just before Christmas, and we've launched communities version 2, if you like, and it's just the very start of what's going to be coming into that area. So if you've not considered a community before within your Zenler platform, or you're thinking it might be a good idea, how does it work, what does all the stuff mean, what do all the terms mean, and all of that, go through. There's 2 videos there for you, 3 videos, sorry, there for you, that will comprehensively guide you through it. And we're running also with Manmeet this month. She's doing 10 or 11 sessions on community building, profitability within it, how to engage, how to build, how to get some people into it, all of that stuff. It's a really powerful part of what you do as a business, is to form a community. And if you're not doing that in any way, then you're probably missing out on a trick, and you'll find your marketing quite difficult. So do take some consideration on that. We've got video testimonials down here. We've got the vlog here. We've got shorts here. And I'm pretty sure this year we're going to start putting office hours into the YouTube channel as well, and breaking it down so you can we do some really useful snippet office hours that we don't do anywhere else. So we're going to start putting some of those. We're not going to run the whole thing, I don't think, through it. We'll probably break it down somehow. We might do it by segments, I don't know yet. But look on there. Very useful place to be. The other place I want you to look at is Instagram. David's championing the Instagram channel this month. So we've got 6,500 odd followers on there. We'd like to get that up to 7,000 at least by the end of the month. So go over there and give us a follow. We're putting out some quite interesting content on there at the moment. So there'll be things that you might miss. There might be some little sneak peeks of stuff coming up if you're lucky. So keep your eye on Instagram. It's going to be really good to be able to push that through and get more people engaging on there. So we'd really appreciate that as an organisation if you were to support us on there. And of course, if you have something that you feel, you know what, that would be really great for Zenler's Instagram channel, reach out to us. You never know, we may just showcase you on our socials as well, as we've been known to do for quite a lot of people. So if you're sitting there going, I've built an awesome course, I've had a load of people join my course, something useful for course creators that you feel you can contribute, then of course let one of the team know, and we'll consider putting that out onto either Instagram as our preferred channel or onto one of the other socials. But we'll certainly give it some thorough consideration for you, and it'll be great to get more of you and your faces onto our Instagram channel rather than all of us just all of the time. So have a look through there. Some really cool stuff on there. Of course, with Instagram, we've only got the one link, but you'll see on some of the cards here, we've got different links that you can just type in and go through. But you know where a lot of the stuff is anyway. So, but give us a follow. That would be absolutely amazing. And if you want to like some of the posts and comment, that would be even better. Right. That's all I'm going to share with you today. That's enough for you to be getting on with. So go to YouTube, go and subscribe and like so you get notified. Go to Instagram, give us a follow. That would be absolutely awesome. So that's my education slot for this particular office hours. Okay. So I'm going to get David to come on now. David, I asked David, he said to me, I'm free on Friday, Thursday. I could do something on office hours. What do you want me to do? Now, I'm hoping he's done what I've asked him to do, and he'll nod if he has, or nod the other way if he hasn't. But one of the things that I suggested was, somebody was asking, how do I bulk enroll people into a community, right? And we know a way of how to do this. It's not a traditional, here's a big CSV file, but there's other ways of doing it. So we're sort of going to touch a little bit on that, I think, today. David's going to take it away and show you stuff. But communities, if you have any questions about the community feature on Zenler, put it underneath office hours, and we'll definitely do a video on it, because we really want people to use this feature heavily. So if there's something you're thinking, does it do this? How can I do a workaround on that? I can't make it do this yet. How can I do that? There's lots of ways we can make stuff happen that isn't particularly complicated, but you just have to sort of think a little bit outside of the constraints of the buttons you've got in front of you. So we're quite good at this as a team. We've been around this system a long time. We've been around the digital world for even longer. You know, dusted off the cobwebs for the old BBC and all of that stuff. You know, but we've been around for a while, so we'll help you work this out. But we'd love for you to say, I'm struggling with this in communities. How can I do that? And we'll either do a video on it or we'll show you a workaround that we've thought of. But yeah, put that into the comments. I'm going to hand over to David to have a bit of a breath. He's going to take it away with something on communities for you today. Looking forward to it, David. I'm going to hand over to you now.
Fabulous. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, so Kevin put this question to me. How can we bulk enroll people, or how can we filter people and get them into our communities? So, right, I want to make one thing really clear to start off with. Zenler is working on the community. There's lots of new tweaks and updates going in there, and some of these things will come across and it will be a lot easier. But at this stage, it's pretty easy. It just means you've got to work, as Kevin said, you've got to sort of work around it and you've got to work with the system. So let's just think of communities, because this is not just about showing you how I'm going to do it. This is showing you how you should think when you're looking at any piece of software. What can that piece of software do? Okay. And how can I adapt it to do something that it's not supposed to do in a way? Okay. Now, of course, you guys are really good at this, and you sometimes break things by doing things completely how you shouldn't do them, like using code and things like this. But this is pretty basic, really, if you think about it. So with communities, we know that we can have a community and we can enroll people in a community through a course. Okay. So what does that mean? So that means that what if I want to bulk enroll a load of my users that are in course ABC, and I want to put them into a community without going through the pricing plan because they're already in the system. Now, this is what a lot of you guys are doing already. So if we think about it this way, that a course can enroll people into a community, we've got the key, or we've got the answer to what we need to do. So what we need to do is set up a course that's published but secret, in order to enroll those people into the system, because we know with the system we can unenroll people, or we can enroll people in a course using the bulk actions and using the filtering. So that is our key to how we determine this. Now, I've got to be honest, I had this and thought, well, that could do that. And I've only just tested it. Okay, so while Kevin was busy there talking to you, lucky, I tested and made sure it works. All right, so here we go. Let me just show you what I've done, and then it should be really clear to you. Now, the thing to remember is once they come in on the course and you've made the course secret so it doesn't show on your site, you need to remember to unpublish the course after and purely use that course. You can reuse that course to send different users into different communities. You just got to repeat the same actions that I'm doing. Sorry guys, I'm rambling. Let me just share my screen. I've got this on a test site, so these email addresses are all me, and I've got one here that I set up just now, which is Kevin. Okay, so Kevin's a student. He's not in any of the courses, so maybe he just registered, and I want to get him into here. Now, I want to make a point here that you can use the advanced filtering, you can use the bulk actions. So using advanced filtering, you can go in here and you can filter on a course. So if I put the advanced filtering in here and I put something like enrolled in course, and then I selected a course here, this one, I don't know if there's anyone in it. I click apply filter. If there's anyone in there, they would appear down there, and I could then add them. Okay, so this is the filtering that you could use. Now in this case, I'm just going to pick one user. So I'm going to pick one user from here, and this is going to be Kevin. So what I've done is, let's go and have a look at the way it's going to work. We're going to go into courses. In a course, you can see I've got a course set up here. Notice little eye icon is private, can't see it. Okay, but it is published. So if I sent that link out, people could go in there. So you might use this because you want to add them into community. You could actually turn it into a full course and have people come in just to a community, hence charge for a community. But we've got add to community added there. So I'm just going to jump in this little course that isn't really a course because it hasn't got anything in it. And we're going to go to the most important page, which is the pricing page. So in the pricing page, you can see I've got name, add user. This is internal. This is just for me, not for anyone else at this time. And I've got it free. I've got it no reoccurring. And if I click the edit button, what you're going to see here is down here at the bottom, community, and I want to choose the community I want to bulk enroll my users into. So in this case, advice and online help. Okay, once I click update to that, make sure, like I said to you, that on here in course details that your course is secret here. Okay, so they're not going to, no one's going to find that, and we've got it published. Now when I finish this operation, I can unpublish it and no one's going to see anything, and I'm completely safe again. And if I need to add new users, I can unpublish, add those users, turn off again. All right, so that's how it works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a user and we're going to add them to this course or enroll them as a course. Now I've got no automation set up. They're all turned off, so nothing's going to fly out to them. Just when they log in, they're going to be part of that community. But you could send an automation out. So if you wanted to activate the automations, you could say, I've added you to my new community, blah, blah, blah. All right. So it's as simple as that. Right, so let's have a look at the community first. This is the community I've got, and this is the one I'm going to add them to. Now if we look in here and I go down here, you're going to see that I've got David, Tracy Browning and Tracy James in there. These are fake ones, although I've used Tracy, and we're going to add to that user. So I'm going to go now to my site. Guys, if this is confusing you, you can watch the replay again, go back over it. I'm going to go to all. I'm going to go and select Kevin, but I could select everyone. Remember what I talked about, the filtering? Okay, I could select everybody, but I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to select one. I'm going to go to bulk actions and I'm going to go enroll in course. I'm going to select the course, add to community, the pricing plan that has the community in it, add user, click enroll. Do you want to proceed? I'm going to go yes. And now you will be in there. So if I actually go into this user now and go into community, you're going to see that I am added. I'm not added to that community. Something's gone wrong. But it should add it. It's maybe because I added it and then removed it. Let me just see, added in there. Okay, so if I go in there now and I hit this, so you see the mechanics of it, and I now go to members, then I should have Kevin in there. Okay, so that works. I don't know, sometimes if you go in and you do this, then, so I've now unenrolled myself from the community. Okay, let me try that again. Let me see if there's a warning message come up or anything. If I select Kevin, I go into bulk actions, enroll in course, select add here, select add user, click enroll. Oh. If some of the contacts in your selected list do not have student role, a student role will be added. That's fine. And there we go. Okay, didn't see any errors. Refresh the page and I should be in there as a member. No. Okay, might need to do some further tests on that because it should have added me. Get the team to look at that. It added me a minute ago, so I'm a bit confused. I'll tell you what, let's try something else. This is live. So let me take everybody.
There was a little warning error that popped up and went off very, very quickly, bottom right-hand corner. When
I know, I saw that, but it didn't throw it up the second time. So let me try out everybody. Let's do this. Can't see any warning message. Bulk action in progress. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time. So I've added everybody now. So in theory, we should see it. Let me just refresh this page. Sometimes you need to do a refresh. So guys, taking it easy here. Going to go into edit now and I should be in that community. No, I'm not. So there's obviously some sort of problem, but that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bulk enroll people and then they should, the pricing plan set up, add you to here. Now it might be a case that it's taking a little bit of time. Oh, it's added, look, it's added everybody in it. So I think I found a bug. If Rakesh is watching this, I found a bug, but it works for everybody. You can see there's a lot more users in here now. Arnold's in here, wasn't in here before, Blog's in here. So if you add them using this method, don't go in, delete them out like I did, and then go and try and add them back in. There seems to be a problem with that going in because everybody's gone in here apart from Kevin. So Kevin, in this case, and it's quite good this has happened, so it works. Don't mess around with it too much. Just do the operations that I did initially. So if one of them doesn't come in and you need to manually enroll them, you just hit that little icon, you go into the community here, and then you can add them here. Okay, so that's a little bug for sure. I like finding bugs, don't you, Kevin? It kind of is quite good because you don't do these things all the time. So when we test this new stuff out like this, you can find things that happened. So that little bug was caused by me enrolling Kevin in the course using that method into a course, into a pricing plan. Then I went in and deleted him out. And then when I went to try and add him again, it didn't let me add. So development team need to know about that. But that's the process. So you just include all of your things, set the course up, pricing plan to that community. You select your users, you go enroll in course, you enroll them in that course and that pricing plan that contains the community, and bang, they will appear inside your community. Okay, that's it. With a bug as well.
So thank you very much. All of these things are done live, and sometimes it works, and most of the time it works. Sometimes we pick something up where we're doing a workaround and it's just not quite right. It could be that when you did the bulk enroll and it was just one person, it needs more than one person. That could be a thing sometimes. I don't know. It's one of them, isn't it? But we'll report it back to support. They'll get it fixed. We showed you another way to enroll people anyway. So you're all good. Remember this, it was a big update that we did in December, and we're still working our way through, and new stuff's coming in. So the team are in there messing about with stuff. Go on.
Yeah, also, Kevin, remember that probably under that bulk actions, in fact, definitely, development team are going to make it so that you can unenroll and add people to community as well. I mean, they've got it for everything else, so I suspect that they're going to add it into that area. Rakesh already said that he's going to make an easier way in the community itself to be able to get users in and out as well. So that's been said. So what we did for you today was, especially for you guys, we showed you a workaround on how you can get them in there.
Yeah, and this is why questions are so important, because you'll say, how do I do that? We'll try and do it. If we can't do it, we go back to Rakesh and development and go, look, this makes sense to do this. Can we add it in? Is it possible? Because people want to use it and it's easy. And this is one of those cases where we'll go back and we'll say, right, this is what happened, show them the video, and they'll work on it and they'll get it right.
Yeah, and I think also, Kevin, it's like, we do try, generally I prepare, so I normally go through things and I see if there's a problem, but I generally always point out if there is something. So like today, if I found that was a problem, I straight away go to development and tell them all about it. Generally, then they say, yeah, we're going to fix that, that's what's wrong. And then I can tell you guys at the same time. So I think it's really important you see that we are fully transparent in what we do and what we say to you.
Cool. Right. For office hours this week, absolutely amazing. You're all asking loads of questions. So I'm loving this because sometimes we don't get many questions. So I'm just going to say hi to a few people. Magda's here, Lisa's here, Matthew's here. So a few people come in with questions. So let's go through these and we'll see if we can help you out. So Magda's put the first question in, and her question is, where can I change the instructor name that shows up on the course cards on the courses and my courses page? I have checked the instructor section of the people, but the name is correct in there, but not on the card.
On the card, on the course card, that will be in your account. Yeah. So you need to go to your account settings and you need to go into that. So for instance, let me just flick. So top, you want to go top right. Can I share?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so go into your admin dashboard, go up here and then go down to my account, okay? And under my account, you'll be able to change your name in there. The other way to do it, of course, is to go into you as site admin, such as I'm down here. See, I'm site admin. This is my name. Make sure you haven't got double entries as well. Look, you can see I've got double entries. You should want to look for your main, you who created the course, right? Because if you've got an assistant role in there, they might have created it. You might have put yourself in an assistant role. But if you go down here to this and I was to change my name in there, it would update on all the course cards in the system.
And that works for instructors as well.
Yeah, but they have to change. Yeah, they have to change their name if they want it to be different. We've done this a few times.
Yeah, cool. Hopefully that's answered your question, Magda. Lisa's got a question. If I have 2 different schools, so pro members get 3 different accounts they can have. Some people call them schools, so 3 separate accounts. Then do I have access to a different community for each school?
Yeah. Yep. In a nutshell.
The short answer is yes, you do. Remember, with the different, pro members get 3 accounts, premium get 10 accounts. Each account is an individual separate entity. Although you may have master site admin access to all 3, each one is completely independent of the other. And at the moment, you can have community 1 in school 1, community 1 in school, community 2 in school 2, community 3 in school 3, and they're not connected in any way, shape or form. And you can have multiple communities in one account, of course. And we've been through all of the different types of communities you can have. So yeah, all independent. Yes, you absolutely can, Lisa. So hopefully that's helped. Magda's just saying things never work as expected. No, of course they do not. Matthew, question. Do all courses automatically have a community? And if so, do they still require activating the community?
Yeah. You have to set up your community. I think Rakesh was mentioning you've got a maximum of 20 communities you can set up. So, be careful. So you've got hundreds of courses, you're not going to have hundreds of communities in there. So think about that structurally as well. I think that's a really important point, Kevin, isn't it? Think about how you're going to run your communities with your course or your course areas.
Yeah, so as standard, when you set up a course and you deploy a course, you don't automatically have a community created for that course. Okay, you would need to go and set a community up, and then like David showed you earlier, you add that in as when they get that course, they're added into that community. So there's still 2 separate things, but we connect them that way. The course card instructor name is now fixed. Magda, awesome, wonderful. We like helping people out. So
Live support desk, Kevin.
Exactly that. Matthew, hopefully that's answered your question. No more questions come in so far, so that's amazing. What I'll do is I'll just quickly run through what's going on for the next week or so. I do like to just remind people where we are. We pride ourselves in being available and live frequently within the Facebook group, maybe even YouTube. Sometimes we're looking at doing a bit more lives on YouTube maybe this year, but we are often around. And everything we do now, apart from the onboarding and the demos, is streamed into the Facebook group. So if we're doing workshops, mini workshops, or anything like that, you're going to find us in the group where you are right now. So we've got Mamie is running her community workshop for, I think she's got 10 or 11 sessions planned this month for that. So look out for that. There's one has already happened. Look in the events area and you'll find any more that are due to be scheduled. Thursdays, we run the live support desk with Manmeet. So that's on for 2 hours, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. GMT. That's where you can come in and ask any of your, I suppose, non-technical questions. So anything from a usability point of view, how do I do this? Questions like you've asked here, ask those there. Manmeet will happily guide you through, show you a resource that may help you out, and get you sorted out on that particular live call. So she's there dedicated to take one question at a time. You have to come on and talk about what it is that you're doing. We don't just accept comments in the Facebook post. You have to come on camera and say, look, this is what I need help with, and she'll happily help you out there. Obviously, we've got office hours, which is scheduled each and every week. And what else have we got coming up? I've got a workshop coming up towards the end of the month. I think David's going to come on and possibly co-host with me. which is going to be touring people around Zenler. So look out for that. It's not going to be a snooze fest of, oh, click this button, click that button. This does. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Right. If you want to do that, do it somewhere else. Right. It's going to be hopefully quite exciting, engaging, and we're going to add a little bit of fun into it as well. So if you want a deeper dive into Zenler and how it works and all of that, then we're going to be running a couple of day workshop on that at the end of the month. And of course, the demo and the onboarding stuff that we do. Now, a lot of you upgraded last year. You took us up on the Black Friday deal, which was to get a very substantially reduced rate for 6 months on the Pro or Premium. Both were on offer. And you've gone from free accounts maybe up to a Pro. Well, you are allowed to have a 30-minute onboarding with us. And that will go through with you some of the paid for features you now have access to, rather than being a free member, which is quite restricted. What do you now have as a paid for member? And Ariel will go through that with you. And if there's something specific that you want, make sure you come pre-prepared to ask that question. Don't just rock up and go, oh, I just thought of this, I just thought of that. Use that 30 minutes as premium time. It's one-on-one with a Zenler educator that will guide you through and really help you structure how you're going to use Zenler going forward. And of course, we do the demo webinars now. Well, I call them demo sessions because it's still a one-on-one scenario. So if you are here and you haven't yet got a free account on Zenler, you may or you may not have, or you're on a free account and you want to really a bit more of an understanding as to, well, what do I get for free? What's the benefit of upgrading? What do I get when I upgrade? And that sort of thing. Then the demo webinar is 100% for you. And we will guide you through, we'll find out what your objectives are as primarily a course creator, because that's what Zenler is. It's a learning management system, although it does way more than that now. And we'll guide you through to see if it's a good fit for you moving forward. We're not there to sell you anything. We're not there to convince you for 27.5 minutes to upgrade. That's not our business, right? You will decide at the end of that demonstration as to whether you see the potential for your business and you want to test a free account out for a while, which a lot of people do, or whether you just go, you know what, I want the live area, I want the community area, I want the blogging feature, I want this, you know, and you immediately go for the upgrade. And that's completely your choice. We'll just show you how to access those different options for you. And Ariel does those every week as well. So look out for those. They're really great sessions to be involved in, and not enough people, in my opinion, are taking advantage of that. She should be rammed out, right? I want her rammed out for the month because they're so good, those sessions. And believe me, if she gets booked up for 2-3 weeks solid, we'll put more sessions on, right? So don't worry about that. Get it booked in, take advantage of it. And especially if you've upgraded and you're sitting there thinking, what extras have I got? How do I use these extras? Because they can seem a bit overwhelming. You go from an account that has restrictions to an account that pretty much has much fewer restrictions. The difference between Pro and Premium is really numbers, as in 10 sites against 3 sites, this amount of emails against that amount of email, and that type of thing. Functionality wise, no difference. So you may have paid that money and thought, well, I actually haven't really used anything on the Pro features yet, but I don't know what to use or where to start. The onboarding is a perfect place for you to ask those questions. This is my goal. This is what I want to achieve. What part of Zenler should I be focusing on that's going to help me achieve that goal? Simple question, but you'll get that easily within a few minutes. We'll nail it straight for you. We're very experienced in this, so we can guide you very happily for you to achieve what you need to achieve. So we've got all of that. And of course, the secret sauce for today, which I've neglected to mention, and if you're still with me because I've promised you a sneak peek into something that we've not announced yet, well, this is that part. If you've already clicked off and you thought, you know what, he's boring and he's not gonna tell me, then you've missed out and you can't hear this anyway. So bad luck, you've missed it. However, we do have something quite special going out this evening. So this evening, I think it's going out at 11:59 p.m. So just before midnight, we've put together something really quite spectacular for our free and our pro members. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you because that's not my game, right? But what I will tell you is it's a very, very limited offer. The deal will not be around again for some time, a substantial amount of time. And it's something if you are sitting there edging on the fact, you know, it's the new year, I've got a new lease of life, I really want to drive my business forward online, but you're not quite in a position where you feel that you've got it with what you have access to right now, then this email is going to completely open up your world. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. It's down to you to check your emails, check the spam filter, make sure we've not been put into a promotional tab or this or that or junk or whatever, because it's going to be really, really beneficial for you. This is your warning. It will not be around for long. So if you think, oh, you know what, I'll come back in Sunday or Monday, I'll have a little nosy, then too late. It's gone. It will not be active anymore. So you've got a very small window of opportunity to look. Now, remember, we are in GMT. So this is UK time. The email will be sent out at 11:59 p.m. GMT. So work that out in your own time zone. If you're in the UK, get your ass up in the morning, go and have a look at your emails, right? It will be worth your while. If you're anywhere else around the world, work your time zones out, but look out for it because it will be around for a little while. And when I say a little while, it's a short period of time. We're not going to replicate this particular offer to you, the Zenler users, again in the very near future, not even in the mid near future. I can't see it being this side of the summer, to be perfectly truthful. So take advantage while you can. Look for the email. There'll be other areas that we're putting stuff out about this, which will all be starting after midnight tonight. You will notice it, hopefully. First place and point of you need to go to is your email. Check in there. If it applies to you, you'll get that email. That's it. That's as simple as I can make it. So look out for that. I'd love to know how many people have actually got this far and they're still listening to me. There's nobody commenting right now, so which is cool, but there's a few people watching. So yeah, you know, we'll see. But you'll see a few of us on tomorrow. I think maybe we'll jump on, maybe do a few lives. I think I'm planning to just do a jump on and an ad hoc live. David may well do the same thing. We're sort of quite good at doing that. So we'll
Yeah,
coordinate
together.
that. Yeah, we could do that and just jump on and just to make sure we've got all of the bases covered because some people are here, some people are there, some people don't even look on Facebook, so they might have missed this. Some people have got their emails happily going into the spam filter and they're missing out on probably £10 million from an African prince and all sorts of things. Who knows? But you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? So look out for it. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it. David, what have I missed? I'm pretty sure I've missed something.
No, I think you've covered everything, Kevin. I mean, do you remember also Kevin was mentioning about the workshop? So, like a tour around Zenler. This is going to kick off our first showing of the platform. We've got Mammy running the communities workshop. She's running that for 11 days. Next one's on Friday. She's running a live support desk this evening. So I think she's doing it Monday, Tuesdays and Fridays, and that's going to run through the month. But Kevin's putting together this exciting tour, and this will kick off. This will be a really nice one because it will show you around the platform, so you get a chance to ask questions, and it's going to be exciting. And then we're going to kick into focusing down on the features with the rest of the workshops that are going to run through the year with the features. And as Kevin said, that this thing that's coming up, we definitely won't do that for at least a year. Okay, so what we're doing is not going to happen again for a long time.
Yep. Cool. Let me just quickly check Facebook again. No other questions. I've put the links to the socials that I mentioned at the beginning in the chat. So please go off, click them, give them a follow and a like and a subscribe and all of that stuff. If we can get our Instagram followers up this month, that would be amazing. And I'm pretty sure based on how many we got in Facebook, there must be a few of you that have not yet gone and followed us over there. So go off and do that. And as I say, check your emails this evening if you're in the UK or after midnight UK time. We'll be back on tomorrow to see how you're all getting on. If you've got any questions, if you've got anything you want to ask in the meantime, either put them on underneath this particular live. You've got my meet this evening, 4 to 6 p.m. on the live support desk. Go and ask her stuff, or you'll see me and David tomorrow at some point live, where you can come on and ask us stuff as well. And we'll invite you on camera to ask us as well, I think. I really like it when people do that. It just makes it much more real, much more concise, having a little bit of a backwards and forwards, rather than, because then we get to understand what you're asking a bit more. So it's easier that way. So look out for those. But for now, thanks everyone that's been on office hours. Great questions coming in. Hopefully we've managed to help you all. I'll see you next week at some point. Look out for the schedule in the events area in Facebook, where we'll schedule the next office hours live. David, thanks for coming on and showing us around. And we'll see you all somewhere online within the next week, or we'll see you back here next week for office hours live. Thanks everyone. See you.